I'm going to take you back in time for a moment. Late December 2005, before I had officially started at Syracuse University as a new faculty member, I came to town to look for a house. And while I was here, there happened to be a basketball game happening at the Dome. It was my first Syracuse University basketball game. December 30th, 2005, Syracuse University versus Kent State. We won. Jerry had 10 points, 12 assists. That was, by the way, more assists than the rest of his teammates combined that night. In that game, Jerry moved to 4th place on the all-time steals list at Syracuse University, actually passing Pearl Washington. By the end of the season, he would finish 2nd all-time on that particular list. But the stat that stuck with me the most wasn't anything that happened on the court. It was actually in the stands. So remember, this was 5 days after Christmas. Our students were away, and we were playing Kent State. Not exactly a marquee matchup. And still, that night, there were 21,000 people in the stands. Lesson in what it means to be orange, which is why it means so much to me. And I think this community, that one of the people that taught me that lesson that night, is back where he belongs. He's back in Orange with his wife Katie and their children, Jerry, Grace, Maggie, Patrick. By his side, where's Jerry? I hear you got your dad a fly rod for Christmas. We're gonna be tight. What I experienced first, back on December 30th, 2005, and really learned over my next 20 years at Syracuse University, is that Syracuse basketball is embedded in the soul of this university. It connects generations, it connects this campus to Syracuse, New York and beyond, it connects our alumni across the country and around the world to something they feel in their soul every time the ball goes up. So when Brian and John walked me through this search and made the case for Jerry, what stood out wasn't just his resume, which is impressive. It wasn't just the results, though they speak for themselves. It was actually something more fundamental. It was that every person who worked with Jerry, every reference that we talked to, whether it was a player, a colleague, or a coach, said the same thing. They said he makes people better. He holds them to a high standard. He cares about them as people, not just as athletes. That he's the kind of leader that we would want for our student athletes. Because at the end of the day, this is a university.